and see what maps we're going to be jumping in here between Frxgrs and Team Immunity. We're going to start out with the CTF here, Hoggy. We haven't seen Immunity play that just yet, but on Bazaar, another one of those new maps that's been floating around here thanks to Infinite, and it's exciting for us to see what these teams are going to be able to do here on CTF.
Yeah, isn't this your favorite map?
It is certainly my favorite. I didn't want to gush about it too much, you know. I've been gushing about it quite a lot, you know. Hashtag Team Chicken Killers or hashtag Team Chicken Savers. Still out there, still trying to figure it out, boys.
Don't give this man anything on that. Do not
trying.
Let that happen.
It's going to be the next trending hashtag, trust me here. But Bazaar, certainly one of my favorite maps. And another one of those maps that has a very, very important power weapon on it too.
Yeah, well, I just want to touch on Street Slayer real quickly. Because Immunity played Deathruptor fans in the open bracket, and they beat them 50-22.
Oof. That's a pretty big scoreline.
That's a big scoreline, so they know what they're doing on Streets.
Yeah, let's see if we will have that same kind of scoreline here on the Streets. But first, we're going to jump into the Bazaar here. We've got Frxgrs taking on Team Immunity. Let's see how this is going to pan out, lads.
Yeah, interesting.
you take it away, Bluey.
No worries, Hoggy. I thought you
take it away.
You had before. I got it. It's going to be interesting to see where they go first off the break, because we're kind of seeing a split in how teams take, you know, this map. You see if they sort of put all their eggs in one basket to the Rockets, or all their eggs in one basket towards the power-up. So we're going to see what, you know, Immunity prioritize here, as I'm really interested to, because it's not really something that they managed to convey that they do really well on the other maps that we witnessed today. And even Hoggy, you were talking about before when you were watching their games, it wasn't something that they did really well all the other times. So it's going to be cool to see what they do here, going to be cool to see what they mix up. But at the moment, you know, we do see 3 go down for both sides. So what's going to be the split here? How are they going to approach these flags?
Yeah, Louqas gets himself the overshield and jumps straight in for Taj, makes him one shot and will come around to clean him up. He's got a player next to him, but Juckor takes him down. It's 2 down now for the side of Immunity. The flag should get on the move from Louqas. Both players from Immunity are down over near Rockets. That'll be Ogre one that goes down. Benno's the last man alive, and they're all spawning down towards Rockets, so the flag will make it to bottom middle, Bluey.
Look at Louqas here, so snappy with this flag run. He managed to just go in, clear out the base, and then immediately make this flag run. So confident with it as well, but he does know that he has had a few of his team members go down. So he's sort of watching his backline right now, making sure he's safe to cap the flag, and it all won't be for naught. But I think they're going to secure it here, and they're already going to go 1-up. The game's just started. What an absolute blitzkrieg of a play.
Yeah, hot start for Frxgrs. I guess we saw in the previous series, Bluey, Immunity did not get off to a hot start themselves against Chiefs, so it's continued here again. Louqas will grab himself the Bulldog, and he's going to head straight down the Rocket Tunnel, and he's going to be real sneaky. Although a player is right behind him, he will get shots in his back, and he will have to run straight through to double doors and see if he can get a flank. Benno gets the call out. Benno challenges him, and Benno does take him down, so it doesn't work out for Louqas.
Yeah, barely there though, just barely. I think there's a really interesting trend that we're seeing with a lot of the new coming players, especially in the ANZ region and also in the NA region as well. It's just like this confidence that they have when they take these fights. They don't care. You know, we saw Louqas down there playing sneaky in Immunity side trench. He got shot in the back. What did he do? He immediately he charged forward and showed no disregard. He didn't sort of try to turn around and challenge. He knew that, okay, I have some space to work with here. So let's make use of that. And it's really cool to see a lot of our younger players, like within the Infinite community, sort of pop out with that kind of playstyle.
Yeah, there's only one man left alive for the side of Frxgrs, and it is right in front of Benno. Benno will take him down. Benno and Taj go on the flank with the Bulldog and the sticky grenades and manage to get a pull, and they will get themselves a cap. No, they won't. The flag is actually stopped down at double doors. Benno will run in for the grab. Let's see if he can get it in. The players from the side of Frxgrs are coming in. Benno will get it in, though. So even though it looked like they did get a stop on the flag, Immunity still managed to get it in to tie up the game.
Yeah, good tie up there, and Benno also instantly knew that must have just been a call there, that Louqas was already in their base looking for a counter cap kind of play, but it was actually really good for Immunity there to sort of collapse as a 3 and make sure that none of that could happen. But as I say that, you know, they're getting collapsed on themselves, and Juckor manages to steal away 2 kills and make them 2 down, so that means that any momentum that they could have made from that position that they had there as a 3 taking down 1 player was immediately gone. Juckor just stopped that in its place.
Yes, 2 down for Immunity. Benno's charging out bottom middle near the Dynamos. Ninjestics is trying to help out his teammate to get a kill. Benno manages to get 1 though. Well, Heff will go down. Ninjestics goes down as well. It's 3 dead now for the side. 4 dead now for Frxgrs. So Immunity clean out the middle of the map. They've got a bit of control. They don't want to push in too much. Just try to take down the spawners as they come. Louqas will go down straight off spawn. Ninjestics get some shots in from Ogre 1. So Frxgrs are stuck in the back of their base. Again, Ogre one trying to get some shots. He just needs to stay alive. They have control. Taj has got one rocket to work with. He will find one. He'll push straight in as well. He'll back down from Juckor though. As Ogre one does go down in tree, he'll go down as well. It's 3 down for Immunity. So Immunity get control, try to get in there, but don't manage to get too much. And Overshield is up in 5 seconds. That'll go to Frxgrs.
Yeah, Ogre one going down there in that top tree position of Frxgrs' side of the map was super unfortunate, because if, like, the narrative would have been completely different if Ogre one just managed to stay alive and been able to apply some pressure on I believe it was Juckor that was on the flag just then, because that probably would have meant a pull and they could take that all the way to bottom mid, and from then it's just fighting back and forth. But that being said, I'm not sure how confident Immunity would have been in that fighting sort of stage of the flag to be able to get it over to their side.
Yeah, Benno's the last alive for Immunity. The teamwork from FlexRainZ and Ninjestics is there. They will get this flag running. The overextend from Immunity is exactly what they need to be doing. They're going straight into the Frxgrs base, as the flag will make it through to double doors. Ninjestics sees absolutely nobody, because all the side of Immunity are in his own base. 2 of Immunity are down though. Taj is going to have to go huge. He takes down 1, but he does get taken down himself. Juckor's there watching the double doors. Benno's trying to come in, but that is cap number 2 for the side of Frxgrs, and they'll go up in this game.
Really convincing cap there overall. I don't think there's anything that we could say that they should have played better or anything like that. They just outplayed Immunity to the fullest right there. You could see the calls were on point, because as soon as they realized that 2 players from Immunity were up on their their flag side bridge, they immediately turned to them and just took them down so they could make that flag cap as quickly as possible. So just really solid fundamentals coming out from Frxgrs there, especially in their comms. Really, really happy to see that.
Yeah, Voltage looks bottom middle to find a one-shot. He'll get the call out, clean him up. There's a player down at the double doors. That's Ninjestics. He's got another one behind him down in the trench. He will get a nice little flank and take down Juckor. He'll call out to his teammates. There's another one in tree. He'll find another one on the respawn. Louqas using the thruster perfectly to take down Voltage. It's 3 dead now for Immunity, though. Voltage was on the perfect flank, and Heff's the last man alive.
What is Heff going to be able to do here with this Mangler? And the answer is absolutely nothing. Immediately gets taken down by that Bulldog. You know, people usually look at that Mangler as being the better of the 2, but the Bulldog just took him out instantly, and it looks like Frxgrs are going to have the advantage in being able to grab the power-ups here. Exactly as I say that, FlexRainZ grabs rockets, and he doesn't have the grapple, so he can't make any of those Hail Mary plays, but he does take down Ogre one. Really interesting for Ogre one to make the challenge there, and he does also take down Heff, who looked like he was going in for a backsmack, but FlexRainZ just had the read on him, instantly turning and just blasting him away.
Yeah, Immunity going to be stuck in the back of their base as FlexRainZ pushed in a perfect nade from Benno to take him down, though. Juckor will go in with his teammate. They'll try to get themselves a pull going. Every time it feels like the side of Frxgrs get into the base of Immunity, Immunity is already 2 down. This time Immunity won't overextend, though. They're going to come back to try to defend their face. The thruster from Benno. He does not manage to get the turnaround, though. Juckor will get him. Juckor tries to stay alive. He'll find Ogre one in front of him. Teammates throwing the dynamo nade to try and get the kill, but he won't get it. Both flags are out for either team, but I don't think Immunity's going to be able to move it too far. He jumps down. Juckor gets taken down from Ogre one, though. Ogre one clutch plays out of him. FlexRainZ is still alive, though, at balcony, and this is on the Immunity side of the map. He'll take a nade, jump in. Benno takes him down. Benno is making some clutch kills when he needs to.
Oh, absolutely, and that was a clutch play from Ogre one there, and I'm hoping that this actually transitions into more map control, because Frxgrs did go 2 down. I believe it was 3 down at one point. Heff picks up another kill on Louqas, so they're sort of staggering their spawns a little bit, which means that they can start to actually make a push for this flag, which is what they need. Between that second capture time and now, we've seen a lot of time burned down on the clock in general, which just means less and less for Immunity to be able to take. But unfortunately, Juckor with that sliding kill there on him, being able to just push Ogre one out of their side of the map, and you know, what can you do at that point? It's all said and done.
Yeah, when you got the dynamo nades right next to you, there's not much you can do. Louqas will get a kill and back himself down. Benno's going straight down to bottom middle, even though 2 of his teammates are down. He doesn't want to do anything crazy. The overshield is coming up. He does try to push in. He's going to try to call out to his teammates, help me please, but he gets taken down. It's 3 dead for the side of Immunity. They do manage to get 1 kill in their favor. Taj drops down. It'll be overshield in the hands of Frxgrs. Huge out BR from Voltage, but it won't matter. They'll still get the overshield. Ninjestics pops it into his chest.
Yeah, Ninjestics still grabs that OS, and he's going to apply a huge amount of map pressure for the rest of his team. Even if he just manages to get 1 kill right now, he knows that there are 2 players side tree, and Juckor with that absolute Hail Mary of the electric nade coming in there and just sweeping up that kill means that Ninjestics is pretty much going to be able to make a free pull right here, Hoggy.
Yeah, and he is. He does have V-Targe in front of him, though, so he's going to back down, call it out. Juckor goes straight in. You can see it right in front of him. Juckor manages to get it. He gets shots onto Benno for Juckor. He's going to have to back down. He's got Heff there. Ogre one, sorry, as well. He jumps straight into Ogre.
Oh.
Doesn't manage to get him, though. Ogre one will take him down. 2 dead for the side of Immunity momentarily, and they're both stuck in their base. So Frxgrs have control of the map for the time being, Bluey.
The time ticks down. It's about a minute since I last called that out, and between that minute, not really much has happened throughout the map as a whole. We haven't seen too many players from either side of the team being able to make good, solid ground in order to capture a flag, but that might change here with the side of Frxgrs being able to capture these rockets. I believe it's Ninjestics. He's going to grab a hold of them, and he does take down Ogre one. It's super unfortunate because Ogre one had all the intel there and just pretty much gave it to Ninjestics, so that's just going to be free space as 4 go down for the side of Immunity, and Frxgrs is going to be able to push in.
Yeah, unfortunate timing for Ogre one as he jumps up. Ninjestics has already grabbed the rockets and takes him down. Louqas has control of the immunity bar. A perfect nade, though, will help Heff take him down. V-Targe has the thruster, and he's taken on FlexRainZ. FlexRainZ still finds him, though. His teammate comes in, that's Heff, to clean him up. So good base defense from immunity, but again, Frxgrs still have control, Bluey. It's been about 2 minutes, and it's felt like they've had control of the middle of the map the whole time.
Yeah, they really just seem to be pushing Immunity back into their base over and over again. It's like any footing that Immunity actually manages to make. You know, they can't capitalize off it. At no point are they sort of pushing beyond like this point just in front of their double doors, and even when they do, they get taken out instantly. Frxgrs just have way too much control over these power weapons, over these power-ups on the map in general, and it's really just playing against Immunity right here. You know, it's something that we called out before that Immunity aren't great at, and I think that's just proving to happen once again.
Yeah, I want to point out, though, Bluey, the score is still only 2-1. Even though Frxgrs have had control of the map for a majority of the last 2 minutes, V-Targe knows there's only 1 cap needed, and he's being really, really sneaky. I would have even loved to see a flag touch there just to sort of turn them around, but he's going to push back to grab, try help out his teammates. Now he decides to go for the grab. I think it was better to probably go for the grab straight off the bat, but he's going to go in. It's 1 dead for each team, and he's going to start running it. He knows that the side of Frxgrs are all up in his base. His teammates are calling it out. Ogre one is doing the best he can to defend it off. Benno will go down. V-Targe still has the flag to bottom middle, and he hasn't gone down. Ogre one's going to have to try to defend his base. He's got Louqas at the back. He has a Mangler in hand. Targe gets 1. Juckor's in the library, and Ogre one is getting shot from the side of Frxgrs, but he does come around and stop the flag run. But Frxgrs do get the flag return, and it's only 45 seconds left in the game, Bluey.
Man, that flag return was absolutely crucial for Frxgrs there, because Immunity was actually playing that really well. You know, Ogre one managing to stay alive, pick off a kill as long as they were. It's just unfortunate. I definitely agree with you, though, that flag grab probably should have been made earlier, just to turn the heads of Frxgrs and be like, okay, so they do in fact have 1 in our base. They are making a pull for the flag now, and probably make their plays a little bit more frantic. But Frxgrs just was able to get and hold control in their base for so much longer than what Immunity has for the entirety of the game.
Yeah, there's only 14 seconds in the game. Immunity were momentarily 4 down. They're all spawning up in their base. They're just going to have to overextend and run in, but I don't even think there's enough time. Ogre one trades with FlexRainZ, but I don't think there's enough time. Heff's trying to come in. He'll be taken down. That's 1 second left, and Frxgrs take game number 1 against Team Immunity. Yeah,
well done to Frxgrs. Really well played overall. Again, I think a lot of those critical points of the game just fell down to Immunity just not having good control of the power-ups or the power weapons, which just on a map, especially like CTF Bazaar, does not work in your favor whatsoever. You need those rockets, you need that OS, but at no point will they actually manage to grab them and get a hold of them. You know, Frxgrs was just on their tail the entire time.
Yeah, it was a tough game for Immunity. They really got held back in their base. After we got halfway through the game, Frxgrs sort of just took over and kept Immunity at the back of their base. Benno struggling a little bit, 14-9, but Juckor 25-15. That's the usual for Juckor. He's been slaying in every other tournament. It's no surprise that he's doing it again.
Yeah, Juckor was always, he was playing around those sort of library sides, the elbow sides of the map a lot, and just managing to pick off kills and punish players anytime they sort of went on that truck sort of area, and just immediately shutting them down, like just denying any foothold, or even just being able to let any member of Team Immunity make calls from those positions. Juckor was just shooting them down straight away and taking control of them. So really solid slaying from him, really smart slaying, I will say overall.
Yeah, and as I pointed out, going towards the end of that game, it was still only 2-1, and it is a very, you know, sort of bizarre scoreline, right? To be 2-1, 1-0, 0-0 at certain points, you know, like there's not too many captures that sort of come through on Bazaar. But I don't think the game was really quite that close after we got halfway through. It felt like Frxgrs were really on top of Immunity. Every time Immunity tried to get a flag pull, it didn't really go too far. But the scoreline was still 2-1, Bluey, so it was still close.
Yeah, but close, but in the sense of, like, at the end of the day, Frxgrs just had better map control. They just had better power-up control. They probably could have gone in a few more times to sort of, like, grab a flag here and there. I think it was definitely possible for them to at least cap another one with the amount of slaying that they were putting on the board. But I think that they were just playing it more safe and just playing for the kills and playing denial more than anything else, rather than going in to try and cap 5 flags. They were just playing to, like, their side of Halo and them taking control of the map more so than just, like, letting the objectives sort of get the better of their heads.
Yeah, well, there is sort of a good thing going into the next game. It's probably one of Immunity's better maps. As I said earlier on, a 50-22 is a strong scoreline against the Deathruptor fans that got third last week. I know it's not the same Deathruptor fans, but you can still say that that Immunity's pretty strong on Street Slayer. They've got a Rockets on this map. There's a Bulldog as well. They're going to need to control those because they didn't control them very much in CTF Bazaar, so they're going to need them going into this game because it was probably one of the main reasons why they couldn't get out of their base over and over in CTF Bazaar.
That definitely needs to be the point of adjustment here, and also because the spawns are so much more rotational, so much easier for a team that's in control to just take that to, you know, like the 10x amount, right? So they need to adapt to that and get a hold of those power weapons, get a hold of those positions as quickly as possible. So what will we see off the break here? You know, FlexRainZ already going in and he prioritizes that Bulldog more than anything and immediately takes down Ogre 1. That's exactly, he gets a double kill already, and that's immediately what you want to see because he's got those rockets straight away in the game.
Yeah, he gets himself the rockets. It's a pretty even game off the start, but FlexRainZ manages to grab the rockets and the Bulldogs for himself. He will get 1 kill. He shoots at Benno. Benno thrusts away. Perfect timing for him. He will try to clean him up, though. He jumps down. Doesn't manage to get him. Benno staying alive the best he can. Even FlexRainZ is staying alive the best he can. He's got 2 of his teammates in front of him that are weak as well. He'll take down Ogre 1 as his teammates call it out to him. He'll get a double kill and a killing spree. There's the triple kill as he gets 3 kills for the side of Frxgrs, and Frxgrs are now up by 2 kills, so pretty even off the bat. FlexRainZ is on a tear, though.
FlexRainZ just absolutely doing Immunity dirty right now. He is all over their spawns. In fact, their whole team is, they knew, instantly rotating from Tram to B-side Arcade. Like, that's exactly where they were going to spawn, and they just took advantage of them immediately. Ogre 1 is the last one left trying to hold A-side. He does manage to get a kill, but all that's done is sort of delay the inevitable, right? You do see Voltage sort of going on a bit of a flank there, but will he actually manage to capitalize on that? We don't know. He doesn't. He goes down right there. Doesn't even manage to pick up a kill right there, Hoggy. It's going completely south for Immunity, like very, very quickly.
Yeah, all the side of Frxgrs are over at Arcade, and they'll be trying to just sit back and play it slow as Immunity tries to push across the map. Benno's trying to get in. He'll have to stay alive at the pillar over on C stairs. Vitage manages to take down Juckor, and that is maybe their chance to get a bit of a flank going. Ogre 1's coming in as well. They know that they're trapped over at Arcade. 2 players come up the B stairs. They'll take down 3 players from the side of Frxgrs. Last man alive's Juckor, and he's spawning down at Tram.
Yeah, they've tied it up, and also with that take, really interesting for Frxgrs not to move off of Arcade side at all, but they have advantage in being able to grab the rockets here if they do actually manage to make a break for him. It feels like it's been called out because you can see Ogre 1 constantly double checking to see if they've been taken yet, and they haven't. So we do see a player from the side of Immunity. It is Vitage. He does manage to take them. He did manage to kill Louqas as well there, so that's huge for him. So they need 1 more kill to make the full use of that rockets there, and they are up 2 kills right now. Make that 3 as soon as I say it. Voltage with their fantastic just push into C and taking control of it right there. So this is what Immunity needs to do. This is the pace that Immunity needs to set from here on out.
Yeah, this is Immunity's chance to come back in the series. Taj will take down 1, and he is on a killing spree. He used those rockets perfectly. He gets himself a Bulldog. Juckor is there. He'll jump out. He does manage to stay alive with the thruster. Perfect use of the thruster. He's got the Bulldog in hand. He needs to play real sneaky. He gets a call out. The Ninjestics one shot, but somehow he gets taken down. I don't know how Juckor was managed to get him, but he did. We're back on board with FlexRainZ, who had a hot start, Bluey. He'll find Ogre 1 in front of him. Heff is one shot, and he does manage to take him down. His teammate will get it, and he will find Ogre one in front of him, and he just challenges him. He doesn't care. He's feeling hot, but he went 7 kills right off the bat, Blue, but now he's 8 and 5. He's died 4 times for 1 kill.
Yeah, actually, like that's really interesting to point out because that tear in the beginning of the game, he was so in control there of every sort of power weapon on the map. First prioritizing the Bulldog, immediately going to rockets, picking up those kills, but now we sort of see it slowing down and he's not actually being able to pick up as many kills as he was before. He doesn't sort of have that chaotic control in that first opening part of the game. We're seeing Immunity being able to slow things down here, pick off kills, work more as a team and sort of push Frxgrs into these positions that it feels like Frxgrs really don't want to be in.
Yeah, 6 kills, the difference. And I was mentioning before that I thought that this was Immunity's map. I think they're really strong on this map. You can see every time they go in, they've got a flank. They know 2 are there. They're going to come in with 4 people on top of the 2 members of the other side of Frxgrs. Look again, Frxgrs trying to push out bottom middle. Taj does get back smacked though, and Ogre calls out to his teammates that they are back A. He will back down. He's the last man alive. So 3 dead for Immunity. This is Frxgrs' time to come back into it as Ninjestics picks up the rockets.
Ninjestics with rockets here. He is one shot, and he does, with the rockets, he does get 1 kill, but only getting 1 kill out of 2 of those rockets isn't exactly what you want to be doing as the team of Frxgrs right now. You want to be making sure to capitalize on those rockets because right now Immunity seems to have more control over just like setting up for those positions and making those rocket kills when they manage. We saw Vitage with them before, easily pick up 2 kills, move on, and then cleared out Tram side, but that's not what Frxgrs are doing right now. They're sort of having to whiff one here and there and just not being able to make as much use of them as what they should be.
Yeah, the scoreline is still blowing out on the side of Immunity. Even though they did go 3 down, Frxgrs are still not able to come back into the game. So Immunity has a strong hold on Street Slayer as it continues. We are 7 minutes left on the timer. It is 6.7 points the difference. Louqas is right in front of a Voltage. He's just trying to stay alive. He will run away. The teammate comes in. That is Heff. Heff gets another 1 shot. Ogre will take him down. It's 3 dead for the side of Frxgrs, and Voltage knows that Juckor is back there. He's getting the call-outs. FlexRainZ spawns across the map, so Immunity pulling away again. They are up by 8 kills now.
You can see as soon as FlexRainZ spawns, like Voltage immediately looked through that tire window because it must have been called out from another player's Immunity. So it seems that they do have the spawns for the most part down on lock. They know where the players of Frxgrs are going to pop up when they do get those eliminations. So they do have more control over this map than what we have seen previously, Hoggy. You were completely right. This does appear, map-wise, to be working out more in their favor.
Yeah, no, definitely. I think the ability for them to be able to pincer, and if you know the spawns well enough, you can really get a dominating hold on this map. They still are 7 points in the lead. Benno's the last man alive. He's one shot. He has to dodge the nade, and he does. Rockets are up in 3 seconds, though. So if Frxgrs are able to get the rockets, they could mount a comeback. They aren't that far behind, but as I say that, Heff gets a double. Heff's going to run down and grab the rockets for himself. Benno cleans up another, so the rockets should be in the hands of Immunity, and Immunity should be able to close this out. They're only 5 kills away. Heff throws out a bucket rocket, but it does manage to get him. It's a killing spree for Benno, and Benno is going to play it real slow as he waits for his teammates to spawn up.
I don't know if anyone on the side of Frxgrs actually managed to get that 1 rocket. There was 1 more rocket still sitting in tires, but it doesn't seem to matter right now as they're just clearing everyone out. And Louqas with that challenge, not too sure about that one, buddy. Benno has got your number. There's 1 more kill left to go. And we do see the members of Immunity just not being able to capitalize on the ground they have. But as I say that, Ogre won with that buckshot right to the face, securing that last kill. And man, oh man, Immunity are back in it.
Yeah, Immunity proving that that is their map. I've said it before and I'll say it again. They are strong on that map. For whatever reason, they know how to collapse. Once they sort of work out where the other team is, they know how to collapse, and they can win. They win that game by 12 kills, which is pretty good considering the way the first game went. Yeah, I would say, like, obviously I said the first game was 2-1, and you don't think it was that close, but the fact that they could bring it back in game 2 holds good stead going into game 3.
Yeah, no, that was a very convincing lead, and when they managed to get that lead originally, they held it pretty much throughout the rest of the game. So that's when they really seemed to just like turn on, and they were immediately just collapsing on wherever Frxgrs was spawning, which is exactly what you want to do. And I would really, really love to see that to see them take that into the next map, because that's exactly what they need to do. Hoggy, I don't know. You seem to have the intel here. Streets is their map. Is that just what they're playing all the time and nothing else but Streets?
Yeah, maybe they only scrim 1 map. It's just Streets. they Street Slayer.
Well, I mean, it wouldn't surprise me because this is, you know, like the big old boomer team right here. So maybe they only have time to scrim one map before, scrim 1 map before they all need to head off to bed for the night. But no, yeah, very, very good performance Louqas over there. It was a good call that you made and how strong they are on streets, because I think they showcased that, and I definitely would have been a little bit disappointed if they got absolutely mollywopped there. I would have been like, Hoggy, your predictions are a bit gutter, man. Like, that's not what I'm seeing.
Yeah, I messaged Ogre 1 after they finished the series against Deathruptor fans when I watched them play on this map. I just said to him, that game looked like a bit of a matchmaking game. Not because like, you know, Deathruptor fans were bad, but the fact that Immunity just knew what they were doing. You know, you just sometimes get that team in matchmaking that doesn't know how to play a map and the other team does, and it's just like, yeah, this is over. And it just felt like that when I was watching them. And Dan just, all he had to say was lol.
Really interesting, because I feel as though like Streets is a map that a lot of the teams, even as far in as we are, like struggle a bit with, just because of how frantic the spawns can be sometimes, and how like on you have to be to make sure that you're controlling the spawn points every single time and making sure that you're capturing those objectives that lie in the power weapons every single time. But yeah, man, Immunity just had that down on lock. It was actually really good to see, especially after those last games. I was a bit of a doubter, but now after that game, I'm definitely coming around.
Yeah, and I think that game proves where Immunity can be, because let's say maybe they're not as well practiced on other maps, but they definitely have that map down pat from what it looks like, especially in the Slayer department. We're going to move on to a live fire Strongholds. The game is going to get backed out, it looks like, so it's probably going to come back to us. But, oh no, it is going in. My bad. I did not realize it was going to go in. Anyways, we're going into game number 3. Can the side of Frxgrs bring it back, or can Team Immunity do the little reverse sweep, you will say? It's only a best of 3. We'll call it a reverse sweep, right?
I'm more interested to see if, depending on what side of the map they spawn, is he going to pull the Ogre 1 strat and just jump off the map and try to get that quick ace spawn straight off the bat. But it looks like they have that spawn, but I don't think they're going to go for it. They probably are too aware that Frxgrs might be a little bit more aware of that kind of strategy, but I think Ogre 1 probably could have gotten away with it there.
Yeah, a little bit too cheeky, I think. I think it's a little bit too cheeky to go for that. But all 3 players of Immunity, or 3 of the players of Immunity, go straight to B off the start. They'll cap B, but the side of Frxgrs, they know it's their chance to go on for C. And that's exactly what Ninjestics is doing. He will have to fight off Heff, though. He does have a teammate coming from behind him. He will go down. Heff will try to get Juckor as best he can. He does. He managed to take down 2 of them and get the reset on B. He has the sniper and goes for the blainer, but doesn't manage to get it.
Yeah, Heff with the sniper there, and they kind of just gave both of the critical power weapons of live fire to Immunity, because now Louqas, you know, this dominating young talent, has both the weapons in the sniper and the heat wave. So it means that if Immunity want to challenge him at any point up on this sniper tower, they're going to have to go through that heat wave, which is not what you want to see. That heat wave in the hands of someone who knows what they're doing is absolutely deadly.
Yeah, the nest control is in the favor of Frxgrs. Team Immunity, though, they're trying to get B control, and they have. They've managed to keep it in their control for the time being, and they still are ticking up points, up to 30 points now. Louqas backing all the way down. Heff with a perfect flank. He will get the double. Louqas is up on the tower, but Heff doesn't want to challenge him just yet. Louqas needs to stay alive. He does. He challenges Heff. He gets the snipe off. Heff needs to stay alive. He's calling out to his teammates. Louqas is going to slide down, and he won't be able to get him. Heff stays alive, so Heff's doing work for his team. They've kept A and B control, and they're still ticking up points.
Super unfortunate there, because if Louqas actually had a BR, that would have been a kill on Heff. He would have been able to shut Heff's flank down immediately, but because he was stuck with the heat wave and it's so much harder to hit that shot at long range with it, then there was no actual follower from him. Like in any other world where he has a BR, that's a guaranteed kill. I'm calling it 100%, but at the moment, you know, Immunity's actually doing really well. They're already up like 68 on the board to 0, and Frxgrs are just having a tough time being able to push out anywhere that isn't C spawn.
Yeah, Ogre 1 will go down. Two members of Immunity do go down as well. Benno's going to try to defend B with the last member alive, which is Heff, and Heff will take down a kill. He'll take on Juckor. Juckor gets the shots out, and he jumps back out, but Benno's being real sneaky, and he does dodge the nade, but a teammate comes in. Louqas takes him out. Immunity is trying to get C, though. FlexRainZ will go in. He just goes in for melees and nades. That's all he needs. His teammate will clean up the rest. Heff's the last man alive, and here he is on your screen. He'll win that battle, but he will go down, and the side of Frxgrs will take C and A for themselves.
Yeah, but they still don't have any points up on the board. You know, last I called out that Immunity's actually put 20 more points up on the board, and at one point there they went 3 down, so that should have given Frxgrs every opportunity in the book to be able to get a cap and start scoring some points, but it seems like Immunity's just playing this really smart and just locking them down to one sort of area.
Yeah, right off the bat, it felt like Immunity was just holding A and B, didn't really want to push into C. And ever since they've done that, they've managed to keep control, and they have managed to take C as well. Voltage is just trying to defend B. He's got a player in front of him. He does take him down. The heat wave will be in his hands. 2 players from Frxgrs are on C, and they will capture it, and they'll get the first points of the game.
They're still holding B right now. Immunity's making sure, from what I believe, every point in this match, Immunity has always made sure that they have a player sort of huddling over B, making sure that Frxgrs at no point can take control of that, because that B point, once it's gone, is so hard to recapture, which only gives Frxgrs 2 options, which is C, or getting a spawn, or actually running around to A. But by the time you run around to A, Immunity's already got your number dialed and is making the same rotation, Hoggy.
Yeah, the flank is on from Heff and Ogre 1, and they'll get a double kill. They'll take themselves C. Louqas is trying to get
triple?
B, but a huge triple from Ogre 1 to get the reset onto B, and they will take C, and they'll continue scoring. Immunity are playing this very, very well. The fact that they haven't lost the B point the whole game is pretty crazy.
This is the Immunity that we expected to see. They seem to know that keeping that B point on lock, making sure they're sort of spawning around Rat's Nest area, and then having the option to just run A if need be is what's really working in favor, because they're just having control over the map right now. You see Ogre 1, he just pops that OS immediately. He gets it off the spawn, and then he's already taking a challenge A, making sure that the side of Frxgrs have nowhere to move out of that point. So really dominating performance, especially from Ogre 1 right now. He is 13-4. He's going absolutely ham.
Yeah, and he's going straight into C. He'll find 2 players, and they knew he was coming, so Juckor will take him down. But they managed to get A, and they still have B control. They haven't lost it the whole game. Every time they lose one of the other points, they just take the other. It doesn't matter. Taj gets himself a double. His teammate calls out Ninjestics on the nest as he drops down, and Voltage is going to go in for him. Voltage does manage to take him down. They still have control of A and B. The side of Frxgrs is probably pushing over towards A. There is one player pushing in. Ogre 1's going to call it out. Taj is going to come over to try help him out. He will drop down and get himself a free kill. It's a killing spree for Taj. Another player next to him, and he will go down. Ogre 1 not able to help him. Ogre 1's just running bottom middle. He doesn't want to help Taj at all.
Good comms there, though, overall. Like, immediately was called out that that member of Frxgrs was really weak, just sitting in that corner, hoping to bait it out. I believe that was from Ogre 1 because he was sitting in A side. So the comms, I think, are what's making such a drastic difference right now. They just know where every player is on the side of Frxgrs whenever they're weak, and they're able to pick them off in a moment's notice. And that's exactly what we want to see from such an experienced team, for their comms to be on point, and that's what it feels like it is right now. You know, Frxgrs still only have 1 point on the board, make that 2, but we'll see how long that lasts, Hoggy.
Yeah, to think that this is the losers quarterfinals, and we're seeing 188 to 7 points, and they're finally ticking up. This first time that Frxgrs have managed to get the B point. Let's see if they can hold it as well as Immunity did, because Immunity, they know exactly what they're doing. They know exactly to hold B and just keep flipping these other points on them. Jukkor's pushing in for C, and the overshield is coming up in 1 second. Taj is going to grab it for himself. He doesn't manage to get it. He will just jump back up and grab it, though. I don't think he's got too much pressure on him.
No, he dies.
Taj does go down. Oh, no, he pushed in. Benno and Heff are on the other side of the map trying to work together to get the overshield. Someone's grabbed it, though. I don't know if it's still down or if anyone's used it. The snipes are going to come out from Juckor. Juckor has C. They do have B, and the overshield is in the hands of Heff. He's pushing straight in for Juckor.
Heff with OS, which means he's just going to be able to free push Juckor here, hopefully take that snipe off of him. I don't think Juckor's the kind of player to just free throw that off the map. You know, he wants to make a play with it right now, but Heff hasn't actually been able to make any use of this OS at all, even in his challenges, and he's going to go down near immediately. That just seems like a bit of a wasted OS. There was no pressure applied whatsoever through that, but it doesn't matter when you have a player like Benno just free come in with that heat wave and being able to make the climb, take down that player. So now it looks like they should have control of 2 power weapons here, Hoggy. Hopefully this is the flip.
Yeah, Taj just tries to keep A in their control. They do manage to get C. A player challenges bottom middle. Taj knows he's there, and his teammate Heff does manage to take him down. So Voltage is playing a perfect anchor roll, and Ninjestics spawns right in front of him. Ninjestics will take him down, and they do lose A. It's because the side of Frxgrs have jumped into A. They've grabbed it. That's why Ninjestics has spawned there. But they do manage to take control of B, and the points just keep ticking. It's 130 points the difference, and they keep moving it up in their favor.
Yeah, Immunity have this B point on lock again. It'll be interesting to see if they sort of fall back on anchoring off of that point. It seems like that's what they're doing, because they're just challenging off of this Rat's Nest side right now, trying to get some kills, but it doesn't really seem to be working out, as Frxgrs just had an answer for them. Peeking that area, you know, there was even one of those repulsor jumps made, but that, you know, that didn't work in their favor whatsoever. Immunity was just immediately shut down, and now they're even losing B. It's a triple cap for Frxgrs.
Yeah, triple cap for Frxgrs. They're going to have to try get C Vitage is going to jump in it. Ninjestics is right above him. His teammate will take him down before he is even needed. It is still the trip cap. A is going to go to the side of Immunity, though. It is almost captured, and it finally is. Overshield is about to spawn. Benno does have it, and he's grabbed it. They need to use this to their advantage. Benno doesn't want to push in too hard without his teammates, so hopefully there's someone behind him. He's pushing, he's getting shots on FlexRainZ and Ninjestics. Both the Overshield's already gone. Vitage will clean up Ninjestics at the top of tower. Ooh. Benno goes in. Voltage gets another kill, so they will be able to get C, but they're going to lose A, so they're going to have to push straight over to B. They know they're coming through Garage. He gets shots on Louqas. Hopefully they can get this B point to start ticking the points in their favor. Ogre one will get one as well, so they will grab B. Maybe they can hold this and close out the game.
Huge curb slide coming in from Benno there. Did you see that? How much time that saved? By the time that Frxgrs actually managed to make the rotation, Benno was already there because he just curb slide his way there. That's that kind of like micro tech that we need to see in the game come more from these pro players. Like, just incredible. I'm actually in awe at that because that was such a good rotational play. And then him just taking out Juckor like that, like, this is incredible. This is good, really good solid immunity play, and they're incorporating all these elements in Infinite that they need to be.
Yeah, this was a big hold by Benno on the A point. Taj will go down next to him. Taj doesn't matter that Taj is dead. Benno's gone straight out, and he finds another. It's 3 dead of his team, but they're still ticking up points if he takes down Louqas. Oh. That's huge. There's only 10 seconds left. Benno knows all he needs to do is stop A, hold B, and they've got this one. There's only 5 seconds left. The push is coming in from Frxgrs. They need to get straight into the point. His teammates are contesting it. He will also be contesting it. 1 dead for each side. He'll get the reset as well. 3 seconds left. He'll push out. He's just going to stop Juckor, and that's it. Immunity take game number 3, and they will move on in the elimination.
Well done from Immunity. That was such a good, just solid gameplay. That's what you expect to see from players of this caliber, from a team of this caliber who has been together for so long, playing together for so long. You know, they may have come in today rusty, but from that match alone, like, it looks like they're really turned on, and they do have a really solid understanding of these maps and how to rotate and how these objectives work. Yeah, that was a really good series overall from Immunity. Super happy to see what they did there.